Eritrea, East Africa. The team is heading to the southern Red Sea.
I feel like I'm a kid again. You know, you say, can you smell the sea?
The Red Sea is technically an ocean because it was formed when the continents of Africa and Asia tore apart millions of years ago. Unlike the tourist diving mecca to the north, the southern part remains remote and untouched.
By and large, this is unexplored. It's uncharted territory, particularly under the water.
The southern Red Sea is one of the most important marine sites in the world. Home to a spectacular array of species, many found nowhere else on Earth. The team has come here to discover how this small sea could hold clues to the future of all our oceans. Environmentalist Philippe Cousteau Jr. wants to investigate whether these waters, some of the warmest on Earth, could help our oceans cope with the threat of global warming.
We need to figure something out that is going to help all the other coral in the world.
This sea is one of the most significant in human history. Maritime archaeologist Dr. Lucy Blue is searching for evidence that it was here that early modern humans first left Africa and populated the planet.
That's fantastic.
Marine biologist and oceanographer Tuni Marto wants to witness something fundamental about our oceans: how they're born.
If you don't dive in the Red Sea, all you see is that. That's all you see. You see blueness. To understand anything about what happens in our planet's oceans, you have to get in.
But 30 years of war have kept this unique stretch of sea virtually inaccessible.
Inspired by the crack.
Now, for the first time, an expedition like this has been allowed in.
Oh, yes. Hello, sir. Very good to meet you. My name is Paul. Well, this is just one little bit of paper, but it means a lot to us. I mean, there it is. That's our permit. It's a single permit, and it took us 10 months to get this thing. It doesn't give us any protection against any of the other things that are probably going to go wrong on this trip. I mean, this is definitely an ambitious expedition. There's no doubt about it.
For the first mission, Tuni and Philippe will investigate how our oceans formed. They're heading south to Djibouti, a country at the gateway of the Red Sea. Here, the world map is being redrawn as a completely new ocean is created.
I'm fascinated by how the Earth looks today and why it looks today the way it does. And I'm also fascinated by this idea that actually the land is moving. It's constantly moving, constantly changing. But to actually go and experience that, I think, is really key.
Right here, beneath this bay, huge tectonic forces have formed a crack beneath the Earth's crust, pulling apart the plates of Africa and Arabia. That process forms all our oceans, but this is one of the only places in the world where you can dive and see it in action.
We've come here to witness something that's really, really special. We're hoping to basically witness the birth of an ocean, because it is literally where a new ocean will form over millions of years.
So it's splitting the land apart.
It's splitting the land apart, and this area will one day flood with water from the Indian Ocean and the Red Sea. So we will be over two completely separate land masses that are moving away from each other.
Are we going to be able to put, I mean, how close are they together? Do we know?
I don't know.
I want to see if I can
Time will tell.
touch two continents at once.
Yeah.
On the seabed, they're looking for the opening or rift.
Go that way. I think it's over here. An incredibly dark opening. At least that's my impression of what a rift should look like.
Ladies first.
I'm going down. Descending into the rift that has opened up.
They dive down, disappearing between Africa and Arabia.
It just drops down into complete nothingness.
Not quite what I expected at all. It's a tight squeeze through some of these passages. Gotta be really careful.
This rift has been formed by the action of the Earth literally ripping itself apart. You just think of the amount of force that it would have taken.
The narrowness of the rift shows that it's right at the beginning of a process that will continue for millions of years. Normally it's happening thousands of meters down, so it's extremely rare to see this so close to the surface. As the rift widens, magma from beneath the Earth's crust rises and solidifies to form a new ocean floor, gradually pushing the plates further apart.
Let's put a hand on one continent each.
I've got the Somalia plate on the end of my finger, and this is the African plate. And Philippe to the right has got the Arabian plate. Between us, we're actually spanning 2 continents. Over time, these 2 bits of rock will move away from each other. They're moving at a rate of about 2 centimetres a year, which is about the same rate as a nail grows.
In millions of years, this gap could be as wide as the Atlantic.
So this could be New York, and that could be London.
As these plates pull apart, water floods in, creating the new ocean.
Not many people get to be at the site of a new ocean. It's like seeing how the Red Sea once was.
It's a pretty remarkable feeling. The beginning of an ocean.
Pretty drifty here.
It's stunning. The reality of it is that those 2 bits will never touch again and will keep on moving and moving apart for pretty much eternity.
Millions of years from now, hundreds of square miles could be covered by water, the new ocean, and it's already been named the Afar. Tuni and Philippe are heading back to rejoin the expedition in Eritrea. The plan is to sail north to discover why the Red Sea is so important in our history and how its marine life could help all our oceans survive. But as one of the first teams allowed in here, nothing is straightforward.
Hello. Fuel is rationed in this country, and the Nemo is full, and we need another 5,000 litres to complete the mileage. I'm calling again about our fuel. The Navy have given us a huge amount of support, and they're going to put one of their people on board. Right, really good to meet you. Welcome on board. You look after us and we'll look after you. How's that?
It's not long before he needs to help out.
Just need a bit of a hand to see if we...
Filming's barely begun before soldiers put a stop to it.
We don't want to film the ship or anything. From the BBC Oceans Expedition. Oh, it is confirmed. We can have the 5,000 litres. Well, that's fantastic.
How you doing, man?
With enough fuel promised for the journey, it's time to leave port and head off for the next target. It's a 2-hour trip east, and many thousands of years back in time.
She's flying.
Recent findings suggest this was one of the first seas early modern humans ever saw, before making their way out of Africa and across the globe. For maritime archaeologist Dr. Lucy Blue, it's a rare chance to investigate such ancient human activity.